welcome back to another vlog. If you're new here, hi, my name is Georgie. I am the artist and creator behind Georgie Sutton Art, a cat and dinosaur themed online shop. I am currently at London Comic Con Spring. It has literally just turned 9 o'clock, so people are going to be coming in. I'm running extremely late this morning. I need to pack some stamp rally prizes because I haven't yet. My table is all set up, so we're good to go in that aspect. And I had to really quickly pick up some more stock last night because I hadn't counted my notebook stock because, quite frankly, I just didn't want to take it out of my suitcase. So I've got that all in a bag under my table. So I'm gonna have to sort that out at some point, but that is not a priority at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna hand you back to past Georgie to show you me setting up my table and also a little tour. This is my setup for today. I have lights now so that it doesn't matter if it's a bit dim in here. My t-shirts are going to be covered. I need to play around with adjusting them to work out where they need to be. I think this one's okay, but I think this one needs to be more straight down so that this one's a bit more in the light. Overall, happy with them. I also want to cut this sign down so that it doesn't stand so high up. I put my card reader here and then my business cards here, but there's no point really putting that out right now. This sign, I'm not sure if that's actually going to end up staying there or not, but we'll see. I don't really know where else I can put this, to be honest. And then I've gone for something different here as well. I've hung up the tote bags on a hook. This is just one of each design. And then also the bum bags are just up there instead of, so normally I'll put an extra shelf here and put them up there. But this was quicker, and then it means that I don't have to faff with stands, because quite a lot of the time what people do is just grab the bum bag without realising it's on a stand, and then the stand goes flying. So that's why we've changed it this time. Just a trial, see if that works. I'm actually hosting a stamp rally. We've got the Spring Cats stamp rally. I thought this little gradient was really cute and worked with all of our designs because we've each done a colour theme for our sticker. So we've got Pab Lily's done green, Tiny Friends UK has done pink, I did yellow, and then we've got the Spooky Artist did blue. So it's a cute little cat. It's not showing up very well because the lighting's not great here, but it's got a little blue flower crown and a little blue border and that sort of thing. There's no minimum spend for this one. It's just spend at each of our tables. Obviously for this con, there's no map or like table numbers or anything, so we're just going to direct people. If you watched my London Comic Con winter vlog, you will have seen that I was in a stamp rally for that one, and that one also worked absolutely fine. And again, we didn't have a map for that one either. But yeah, so I'm just feeling a little bit frazzled because we have now jumped back to present me, obviously. So this is only about 2 minutes after I filmed my intro. Hiya! So yeah, so I'm just packing up some of these now. I want to do at least 10 that are packed up, but we'll see how many I get done. I didn't make any fancy ceiling stickers, so we're using some scrap laminate, which is actually really difficult to peel off the backing. But it's just some holographic laminate that I have to cut off when I'm making my sticker packs. So they're just little squares. So it works quite well because it's using up scraps, and it does look pretty because it is holographic. I'm intrigued to see how this weekend's going to go. Obviously, I haven't done this one before, but I did do the winter one. I've done the winter one twice, and I will link the vlog for that one. I think it's up here. I don't know, I always forget. But yeah, I'll link that one so you can watch that vlog, because that's been my highest takings for an event ever and the most amount of profit I've ever made. So that was a really good event. I'm not expecting this one to live up to that because this is spring, not winter. Obviously the winter one was in November, prime time for Christmas shopping. I can still see some people are setting up, so I don't feel that bad that I arrived a little late. There are also cars in here. This Comic Con is not as large as their winter edition. We are at the Olympia venue, so it's the same venue as that the winter one. However, this one is in, I think it's called the National Hall. It's basically not as big as the Grand Hall, which was where we were. So this one's a lot smaller, but we all thought that Arthur's Alley would be upstairs on the balcony, so it'd be away from everybody. But we're not, we're downstairs. So when I was trying to find a table, I was with my table neighbour trying to find our tables, and we went upstairs first because I was directed by the person who gave me my wristband to say, oh, the map's over there, along with the lift to go upstairs. So I assumed it was upstairs. No, it turns out it was downstairs. So we walked all the way around and then realised we were downstairs. Hiya! Feel free to pick anything up if you want a closer look. If you have any questions, just let me know, because I know a lot of people ask about the sun catchers. Oh, nice! They're reusable and everything. So if you ever move, they're renter friendly. You can just take them off them because they're just a static cling. So once you've used them a couple of times, you might just need to use some water to apply, and that'll be the only mark that it may leave, and you can just clean that off with like antibac or whatever. Well, I made them because I was renting and I wanted rainbows, but obviously I couldn't drill a hole to like hang one. So yeah, and they don't annoy my cat because they're a static. The rainbow doesn't like twinkle, it just like makes a rainbow. Yeah, so it's not overstimulating or anything like that. That's why I like them. And then like the more you add, the bigger the rainbows get, so you can like control how much rainbow you get. That's why I've got the multi-buy on them. I can't pick a favourite. I mean, I really like the new dragon because that's a new one. And yeah, that's a brand new design I launched this year. And I also like the mushroom cat, the little, yeah, that one's also a favourite of mine. But people ask me, oh, what's your favourite one? I'm like, I don't know. They're all cute. I was cheeky and asked a friend to get me a coffee, so I sent them off with my card, and I now have caffeine. I'm so tired. So it's currently 11:20. It has definitely picked up a little bit in terms of foot traffic, but it's definitely quieter for foot traffic than the winter one was. But my sales at 11 o'clock were about £30 higher. That's just an interesting thing to note. I've had a lot more people. Hiya! Hello. You can feel free to pick anything up if you want a closer look. Okay, so I had a couple of sales, so I'm not sure where I got to. But yeah, basically my sales have been, like each purchase has been a little bit higher, so I've been giving out a lot of free stickers, a lot of free sticker sheets. Hiya! You can feel free to pick anything up if you want a closer look. My back is absolutely killing me. I've been having some problems with my back at the moment. Really should go to the doctors, but I've just not had time, so it will happen eventually. Until then, we're just going to sit in pain. My hip has also been having issues. I've been having hip problems for quite a while, but it's now starting to play up again. So again, I'm going to have to go to the doctors about that, but it has not happened yet. So yeah, we're living in an old lady body at the moment. Sales have been going all right. This hour, I know for a fact I've made less than I did at the winter one during this hour, because I count up every hour so I can compare them. I'm not expecting to make as much money as I did in the winter one. I have a goal that I want to make. But yeah, so we'll see. But while I can, I'm sitting down. It's also so tight behind this table. Like, my chair is like pushed up against the wall. That shows you how much room there is. So it's a bit tight, but it's not the worst table placement I've had. So it's fine. That's my cat up there, up on the board. That was when he was about 5 months old. He's now 2 years, so he's not so little anymore. Speaking of which, it is actually Jasper's birthday tomorrow, and I'm going to miss it. And then I'm going to be leaving him with my mum and dad for a week. I just remembered something I bought the other day. It's this little pouch. Look at how cute the print is. It's just like green and flowers. But it's just a little drawstring. It just holds my battery packs for me. It is 1:30. It's definitely quieted down. Between 12 and 1, I made, 20 quid. So, obviously a very quiet hour. This one I've made more. Yeah, it's definitely gone quiet. We are very much now very far behind winter London Comic Con, but that was to be expected, so I'm not disappointed by that. I do need to make a lot more before I'm happy with my takings though. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen today, but we'll see. Tomorrow it might be busier because they've got Shooty Gatwa and is it Molly Gibbons? I'm not sure 100% on the name, but basically the Doctor and his companion are coming, so it'll probably be busier then. Whether that equates to more sales or not is a different matter. But yeah, so far it's, quiet but decent. I've sold a few key rings, magnets. I don't think there's any one item that's a big seller. I have sold 3 t-shirts and a sweatshirt, which is really good. But otherwise, there's nothing really stand out. Like, I've only sold 4 sun catchers and 3 sticker packs and 4 key rings, so there's nothing really stand outish at the moment. And we've only had 1 claim on our stamp rally. Again, doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of people doing stamp rallies this time. Hiya. So for today's selection of snacks, we have got dolly mixtures. We have got crispy M&Ms. I've got Pringles, just the ready salted ones, and then also Jammy Dodgers. But it's slow when all the snacks have been opened. Yeah. I'm a bit bored. It has just turned 3 o'clock and it is very dead. It has just generally been a lot quieter today than it has been than it was at the winter one. I'm hoping tomorrow will be a bit busier because obviously they've got bigger guests tomorrow. My minimum goal for this weekend was 1,000 for the whole weekend. And if I can find my sheet, I'm currently on 340. And it's 3 o'clock, so we've got 3 hours left. There's just not many people even walking up and down. We are in kind of a back wall, which is fairly standard for Showmasters, to be quite honest. But talking to other traders, I'm definitely doing better than a lot of others are. It's definitely nowhere near the same as winter. It's fine. It's fine. I will have covered, with 340, I will have covered all my expenses. It's just I'm not making profit yet. Because obviously once you take out product costs, I'm probably actually still in a minus at this point. But my goal now is to, by the end of today, make 500, which is doable for 3 hours, basically 150 quid to make. So it is doable. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. Normally I will make less on a Sunday, so whatever I make today, I've got to be aware that I'm going to make less tomorrow. Unless it happens to be busier. And then you never know. I don't think I've shown this yet, but this is a little T-Rex. Little T-Rex necklace I've got. My sister got it for me for Christmas. Unfortunately, with this t-shirt, where the neckline is a little bit higher, it covers it up a little bit. Whatever, we're going to wear a different t-shirt tomorrow. Also, little update I thought I'd give. This t-shirt blanket that I've got for this one is a different brand than I use for my other t-shirts. And the sizing I don't think is as good. It's actually a fairly standard size for what a lot of companies use for like 2XL and 3XL. However, the other company I used for the green and black t-shirts are a lot more like oversized fit. They're not called an oversized fit, they're called a standard fit. But like for this t-shirt, this is a 3XL and it's a standard fit on me. Whereas in the other ones, like the black or the green t-shirts, I can wear a 2XL and that's still a tiny bit of a baggier fit on me. So that kind of shows you the difference. And this one only goes up to 3XL. At the time, the other brand I used didn't do a colour like this. However, they have just launched a colour, which I wasn't 100% sure, like, because online the swatches can look very different than what they look like in person. I did order one in my size so that I could test it, and if it wasn't the right colour, I would just wear it myself. But it's similar to like the lighter orange that I use on this design. So what I'm going to do, the dots that sort of, I'll show you, the dots that sort of like hang down from like the design at the bottom, I'm going to make them like this colour so that they stand out on the new colour t-shirt. So it's very similar to this colour, but it's just a tiny bit lighter and a tiny bit more yellow toned. But it's still the right vibe for the t-shirt. So it will look slightly different, but overall vibe still correct. So we are going to swap t-shirt blank. So I'm going to work through the stock that I've got of this one, and if I end up having some scragglers hanging on, then I will just reduce them. But for the time being, I'm just going to work through this stock, and then when I need to restock this t-shirt, I will just stock it with the new colour. Yeah, so that's a good thing, because then all my t-shirts will be the same size and the same brand, so that if you buy one and you want to come back and buy another one, you don't have to worrying about like what size you need to buy, because it will be the same. That'd be good. Also, this t-shirt is ever so slightly thicker, which some people prefer. I personally prefer a thinner t-shirt, just because then when you, in the summer, it's just a thinner t-shirt that you don't get so hot in. So I obviously have these lights up here, but this one was starting to die. So I have zip tied my charger on. It's actually pretty like sturdy there. I've just like velcroed 2 zip ties together because it's actually not long enough. Over here, I can put the battery pack on here, and at the moment I've just sort of hooked the cable up so that into the t-shirt so that it's not hanging down. But so far the lights have lasted. Hello, I got home about 20-25 minutes ago. I have changed into a different t-shirt because I've currently put that mushroom t-shirt in the wash, because I would like to take it with me to PowerCon to wear. Whether it'll be dry in time, I don't know. It is, what is it, like 8:30 now? So as soon as the washing is done, I am probably going to go to bed, but I need to eat something because I haven't actually had dinner. Because I was going to stop on the way home, and then I didn't make as much money as I perhaps wanted to, so I decided that I would forego eating out tonight, and I will get dinner on the way home tomorrow night instead, because tomorrow night I'm going to be home a lot later. So I thought I'd do a little summary, because obviously I'm waiting for my washing to be finished anyway. So takings wise, did not go as expected. It seems like a lot of people haven't taken the amount that they would normally like to take.
I've got a couple of like little thoughts to go through. So first thing, this spring edition of their show is in the, I think they call it the National Hall. The winter one was in the main hall of Olympia, so it's in a smaller room. So in theory, like less things going on, less things to do, because obviously at winter they have Yauk there, which, you know, increases the size of the show. It seems like up on the balcony they had all the signings and things like that, and downstairs, because originally we thought Artist Alley would be upstairs. It wasn't, it was downstairs. We are against a back wall, but we're not really shoved in a corner. It's kind of like everything's in rows and we just happen to be like the last row, so it's not like people can't see us or don't know where we are. So we are getting foot traffic, and I would say it seems, from what I saw when I walked around, it seems like the foot traffic is fairly evenly spaced out, which comes on to number 2. I think general footfall today was really low. I think that comes down to the fact that they just didn't have any guests that I didn't recognise any of the guests that were coming today. I know them tomorrow, but not today. And I'm wondering if that's because they just weren't big enough names that people didn't want to come today. Like, if you can only afford one day, you're not going to pick today over tomorrow. So that's just like food for thought there. The other contributing factor would be that I believe, I don't know 100%, but I believe there was more artists there in Artist Alley than there was at Winter, which then means that you've got more competition. I could be wrong on that, so I'll put my hands up. I won't say it's guaranteed, because obviously I don't remember how many people there were. But from visualising it, it feels like there's more people there this time than there was last time. You know, at Winter. I know that they did release more tables because they obviously couldn't sell the trader tables, so they've released more Artist Alley tables to take over. It could have been that they didn't have as many to begin with, so they released them, so now we've got the same amount. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't know on that, but it just, from walking around, it feels like there's a lot more people at this one compared to that one. But yeah, I don't know on that 100%. I think they're the main contributing factors as to why sales are lower. It also seems to be a lot of people are on stricter budgets. Again, the winter one was in November, so prime like shopping for Christmas presents, whereas this one is a spring one. There's not really anything coming up. There is Mother's Day, and I have had a few Mother's Day like gift like sales go through, because that's only in 2 weeks time from when I'm filming this, and I sold quite a few Mother's Day cards, so I think a lot of people are in that kind of mindset. But realistically, Mother's Day you don't tend to buy as much as you do for like Christmas, which is kind of why I set my sales, like hope for sales, like a lot lower. I set it at half the amount that I made at the winter one. If it ends up being a lot busier tomorrow, amazing, great, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be more sales, because it could just be people are then just coming to get signings and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to hold out hope. I'm not going to think that it's suddenly going to change and it's going to be absolutely amazing. However, it would be great if it was. I'm going to leave it here because I'm pretty sure my washing should be done now, and I need a snack, I need to feed Jasper, and then I'm going to bed. So I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.
Hello, it is 20 to 10. I am finally sat down and relaxed and not running around like a headless chicken. I did stop en route and I got coffee and I've got pain au chocolat. So we're going to test the theory of, does the pain au chocolat bring the customers? Because if you didn't see the winter one at the end of last year, I had bought myself a pain au chocolat and a coffee on the train on the way in on Saturday, and I didn't have time to eat it until 12 o'clock. So we'll see if it's the pain au chocolat. It won't be, but you know, I'm trying anything at this point. I have already made a little sale. Someone bought a phone ring, so that's really nice. But yeah, I'm not expecting it to be that busy at the moment. There was a huge horde of people outside though, so there are going to be more people here today compared to yesterday. Whether that equates to more sales or not is a different story, but we'll see, and I'm manifesting it. It is currently 20 to 12. I have no money to really spend at the moment, but I do have products that I can trade. So I have been doing a few little trades because one, I can't remember everybody's names and I don't want to pronounce anything wrong. So I'm going to just write up like everyone's like tags here. So first of all, I got this lovely little sticker. It's shiny and it's really cute, and you know, no to AI. And then I also, because I'm still continuing on with my black and white themed gallery wall, so I got this one. I think it's whale shark. I don't really care. It's cute and I like it. And yeah, so we've got a lino print. Another thing I got is these ear cuffs, because I actually can't wear earrings. I am allergic to metal. I am reacting a little bit to this necklace at the moment, because this one I normally only wear 2-3 days maximum in a row, because sterling silver does make me react. However, the gold chain that I do normally wear is all gold, so I don't react to that, so that's fine. But look how cute these are. It's got like a little bead charm and it's gold, and they're just ear cuffs. So they don't actually go in my ear, they're just sitting on top of my ear. So I should be able to wear these a little bit longer. And she also said that they are made, I want to say they're steel. So they're not actually, they shouldn't actually react to them. So that's good. I just don't want to risk putting anything in my ears, because when they do react, they react badly and they react for weeks, even if I've only put them in for an hour. So we're sticking with the ear cuffs, but they're really cute, and I haven't worn like earrings in so long, and they're like so I'm so happy about them. I can actually wear earrings now. So yeah, really cute. At 11 o'clock I got to about 60 quid, and I've made another 20 quid, so we haven't even hit 100 yet, and it's nearly 12 o'clock, so not great. I'm supposed to be making at least 500 today. It's been a very, very quiet this morning so far, but it is slowly picking up, and there are more people walking through Artist Alley, so you never know, it may pick up for sales in a bit. So I will keep you updated. It's now 20 to 3, so we've got about 3 hours and 20 minutes left, although I know for a fact that the last hour is going to like die off. But so far I'm only about £60 off of what I made yesterday, so today has gone a lot better. A lot of apparel has sold today, so lots of t-shirts. I'm sold out of, I think it's the 3XL of the Dino t-shirt, so yeah, maybe needed to restock more of them, but you know, I've got what I have for the next 2 conventions. But yeah, so it's gone well. There's been a lot of chatter amongst the Artist Alley traders about the fact that there are AI sellers in Artist Alley, which for Showmasters events is not allowed. I don't know if this has been reported yet or not, because I don't know who you need to report it to, so I haven't reported it, but I know someone said that they were going to, so we'll see. I haven't seen if anybody's packed up already yet. I was just trying to see if I could see any tables. There's no tables near me that have packed up, which at the winter one, a lot of people had already packed up by this point. So I think a lot of people are trying to wait around to see if they can make any more money, just because it has been a slow sales weekend. So it'd be good if people did stay. Did you want to pay card or cash today? It's £6 for that one. If you do put, yes, 6. If you purchase on my website in the future, think I've got it. No, I haven't. It's fine. Yeah, I can see it. if you patch somewhere with like the featuring pop LCCS and it's an order note, I'll know that we've met and are adding some freebies for you as well. And then just to let you know, I am running a cat stamp rally. There's 4 of us participating. There's no minimum spend, it's just make a purchase at each table. Would you like a lick? Yeah. So there's no map, but 2 of the people that are in it, Spooky Artist and Pad Lily, are if you just walk this way and they'll be on your right as you're walking up this aisle. If you find one, they'll direct you to the next one anyway. I couldn't remember where I put my stupid shit pack before. And my sticker packs, also knocking everything else down. I've actually sold quite a few today, so I need to restock them. Oh, this is not organised at all. I've also got my mushroom dino sticker pack ready to go. So I'm not putting it out yet because this was only January's Patreon reward. However, some of the designs I use for Patreon rewards will be coming to my shop. It's not guaranteed because not all of them will, but this one I really wanted it more, dinosaur sticker packs on my table. And I've been requested a lot for themed ones, which is why I did them for my Patreon because themed for dinosaurs. But I just love the artwork so much that I wanted to use it for my table as well. So that's why they're going to be going out for PowerCon, but I did make them in preparation, so obviously I won't have time to make them before I go to Scotland because I have less than 24 hours at home. A lot of Anxious Cat sticker packs have sold today, which is not surprising. I'm actually out in here, but I have more stock in another bag. I'm just debating whether to put more out or whether to save them. It is currently 5:30, so we've got half an hour left, and I'm just slowly like tidying behind my table. It's pretty good. There's not been really anybody that's packed up early and left, so it's nothing compared to winter. Security have been going around basically telling people not to start packing up until 6, so that's good that they're doing something about it. But yeah, I have crossed the £500 threshold today, so I think I'm not sure entirely what I'm on, but it'll be over 900 now, so I am not mad about that. Obviously still not what I wanted for the weekend, but better than what it was going to be, so it's okay. We're dealing with that. I've got PowerCon next weekend. I've got less than 24 hours at home before I'm heading to my parents to drop Jasper off, and yeah, tonight he's going to get lots of treats because it is his 2-year birthday today. So I am sad that I have missed that. So it's like 2 minutes to 6. I didn't actually do any tidying up because I started talking to friends. So yeah, high-vised up, and I am going to pack down now. I'm just coming on to do a little review and recap of the show. So the cost of the table is about £100. I drove in and parked every day, so it was about £120 for parking and £65 for fuel. My journey in was about an hour 30, hour and 40 each day. In each way, so it was a bit of commuting, but it wasn't that bad, and it saved me having to get a hotel and then having to obviously get someone to look after Jasper. The booking for this show was really late, so when I booked the winter one last year for like 2025, I booked it in the December of 2024, so a whole year in advance. Then they came out saying that they were going to do sort of a shake up of how Artist Alley was going to be happening. So we didn't book this until like 2 months beforehand, I think, something like that. I think it was around January time that we booked it, but I'm not 100% sure. So it was really late booking it, and everybody was like contacting them to find out what was happening. I hope that for summer and winter they're not going to leave it quite as late, because obviously it gives you less time to prepare stock and everything like that, and also stamp rallies. Overall, the atmosphere was
quiet, but there were still busier periods. Saturday was dead in comparison to Sunday. Sunday was still quiet, but it wasn't. It still had like a decent footfall at times of the day, but obviously first hour or two and then the last hour it's like dead. It always is at Showmasters events, and it's quite often the same at any event, but specifically these ones. Artist Alley was off to the side, but it wasn't the worst layout they could have done, as all the rows lined up with each other, so you'd sort of be walking up and down like a snake kind of thing to get to each row. However, because we were off to the side, we didn't have the greatest of lighting compared to the middle traders who had natural light. It would have been nice to have Artist Alley in the middle, just because, you know, showing us off a bit more, but it's Showmasters, that's never gonna happen. Quite frankly, so we work with what we're given. Overall, in terms of takings, I obviously took less profit at this one than I did at the winter one. However, it was still a decent amount of profit that I took. I wasn't upset about it. Obviously, would have loved to have made more, but the amount I came away with was not bad. If you have any questions about the show, you can drop a comment below. I will also be putting up a full review of my expenses and everything over on my Patreon, so if you're interested in seeing that, then you can go and join the Cozy Cat Club there. You can stay up to date with what I'm up to and where I'm going to be over on my Instagram, and that's all I've got for you today. So I will catch you in the next video, where I will be heading up to Scotland for Paracon. Bye!